Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Happy Friday. We're doing a little Friday Night Live listing. I'm your host tonight, Jiminy Flip It. CJ is ready to rock as always. How you doing, CJ? Happy Friday to you. G'day, Jeff. Welcome. I think this is the third show this week. It's getting kind of fun. I really enjoy the company of you guys and everything that you contribute to the show. We always seem to have a lot of fun and learn a lot. Hopefully tonight will be no exception. I do have a brand new magazine tonight. We finished up some odds and ends on Wednesday, and now I have a brand new one for everyone to dive into today. We're in the antique atmosphere, I guess. Again, it's 1906. We'll be working with this evening. Just let a few folks get in and say hello. Take a swig of water. Hi, Christine. Welcome. Welcome. Hope you guys are ready to relax tonight. It's 6 o'clock here on the East Coast, so hopefully everybody's back from work pretty much. That does the 9 to 5 thing like I did forever. And it's time to take a look at the past and go back to an old issue of Collier's weekly magazine from April. I think it was April of 1906. Teddy Roosevelt is in the White House. The great earthquake in San Francisco took place in 1906. Somebody want to look up what month that was? I don't know if it was after April or prior. But unfortunately, it was either coming or just happened. And that was a big one. I'll pull up my draft here. Actually, let me look that up right now. Great earthquake, right? 1906. When did that take place? April 18th. Oh, my goodness. And this is an April 1906 issue. Wow. How's that for timing, huh? But as we know, they printed the magazines a month or two, I'm sure, prior to the actual date that's on the issue. So I would imagine at the time that this magazine was available, the earthquake probably had not happened yet. But oh boy. All righty. I also alluded to, for those of you who watch it on Wednesday, we're going to do a show. Well, first of all, Monday, I just want a couple of news items really quickly. Monday night, Travis will be back. We'll do the chat show at 7 p.m. on Monday, Eastern. It'd be great to have Travis back after a couple of weeks. He needed time. He went back to school, and he was studying for term papers and finals, and he did a great job. He's all done and graduated at 57 years old. Not a bad job. No, I'm just kidding. But very proud of Travis, and I can't wait to have him back. It'll be a lot of fun. So get those items ready that you want to look up on WorthPoint. One of the features that we have in our chat show is we will look up anything that anybody would like to see value of on WorthPoint for free. So that'll be kind of fun. We might actually have another guest. I'm waiting for confirmation from her. I will tell you it's a her. Waiting for confirmation, so hopefully this weekend she will confirm. And if so, I will make that announcement over the weekend who our other special guests will be, along with Travis Griffin, who's always a special guest of mine. And then what I was going to say is I was alluding to the fact on Wednesday that we might do a show dedicated to vintage sheet music, old sheet music. We the last hour or so on Wednesday, we spent going through some listings that I have currently. And we took a look at the different, some of the things that you want to look out for, like Bing Crosby and Ragtime and Irving Berlin, all that good stuff. So we might do a whole show dedicated strictly to that vintage sheet music, because there's a nice collection. Well, I have a nice collection, but there's a nice connection, is what I meant to say, with the print ad thing. They kind of go side by side a little bit, especially time era wise. Most of my old music is from about the same time, 1890s to around the 40s or so, 1940s. Well, good evening, everyone. Let's pull up the screen, and we'll get started with some of these. We have, I think, like 15 ads or so again from 1906. I'll pull this up right now for everybody. And there we go. Set that up correctly. Beautiful. All right. Get some technicalities out of the way. You can see I put 1906 antique print ad. This is the 5th Collier's magazine we've carved up so far. So I have COL5 as my little internal SKU number. I've modified my store category, the second one, to print ads 1900s. And down in the description field, You can see I've said taken from the April 1906 edition of Collier's Weekly Magazine. The dimensions for Collier's are right there. 15. A full page would be 15 by 11. There's a bunch of smaller ads today that are quarter page and even smaller. And if you guys remember from the last time we did ads of this time period, they're a lot of fun. There's some kind of wacky things going on in 1906. Advertising was also some very cool, very famous brands, but very early variations of those brands. But we'll get into all of that as we dive into this first listing. So let me pull up the first photo that we're working with here. And let's see, should we do one of those smaller ones to start off with? Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll do one of the tiny ones just to show everybody. This one is probably a 2-inch by 2-inch advertisement. Remember, keep in mind, we're dealing with 1906. Oh, wait a minute. CJ has news. Hold on. You sold your first ad today. Way to go, CJ. Half page. Cool. I'm going to have to come up with some sound effects like congratulations, applause, and things like that. Tell us more about it, CJ. What magazine? What product? What year? How big was that half page? That's awesome. Very excited for you. Did you make some money on it? I'm sure you did. The world is waiting, CJ. Give us the information. That's really great news. Hopefully Sarah will be by later on. Always like to hear Sarah's updates. She was working for, I guess, about a month or so now at this point with an old Spiegel's catalog, and she's been carving it up. Yeah, Jeff, that's a good job, right? I'm sure CJ will give us the gist on it momentarily. He's probably gathering his information as we speak. Well, let's just give a quick look at this advertisement. It's a 2-inch by 2-inch ad, so very, very tiny. Of course, I've blown it up in the scan. It looks good. 1906. Look at this refrigerator from 1906. I don't even know how new technology refrigeration was at that point. It couldn't have been around that much before this period. I know they used to have ice boxes, of course, right? And I'm assuming this is probably an ice box. I don't think they had electric refrigeration in 1906, but I could be wrong. We'll look that up. I just wanted to show everybody at least this one. It's a company called, I guess it's Bon, B-O-H-N, Siphon Refrigerators. Has a boy and a girl in front of the, even in 1906, look at that, taking the food and leaving the refrigerator door open. Unbelievable. And it says, makes things taste good. It's from the White Enamel Refrigerator Company out of St. Paul, Minnesota. And here we go. I see figures coming through for CJ, so let's get this up. 1944 Newsweek, Railway Express, 5 by 10.5. Okay. Beautiful. So you're right there in my my pricing model. Anyway, that's fantastic, man. Great. Congratulations. Newsweek, Railway Express. How long did it take to sell? Have you had it up for a while? Or did you just kind of start doing it recently? That's great stuff. Check it out, everybody. See? CJ. Already reaping the benefits. Now think about it, CJ. Could you have even sold that entire 1944 Newsweek for $15? I don't know. Maybe you could. Maybe. But you just sold one sheet out of it for $15, right? And I'm sure you have a lot more ads in that magazine. That's really exciting. About 2 weeks. That's fantastic. And how many, this is an interview here with CJ. How many ads have you listed so far, CJ? Altogether in your store? 2 weeks is quick work. These things don't always, don't always fly off the shelf immediately. Sometimes they sit a bit. Sometimes they sell an hour after you list them. There's no real rhyme or reason. You have to have the right person. You hear this all the time. The right person has to be online at the right time, but it's really true. You have to find somebody that was interested in that product and happened to be searching at that moment. 24 ads. Okay, cool. Very good. Congratulations. I think that's wonderful. Great, great news. If anybody else wants to tell me some success stories, I'd love to hear them. Hopefully motivated people to get into this niche, and you see how incredibly profitable it is. Return on investment wise, anyway. So back to this crazy Bond refrigerator, siphon refrigerator. I'm going to probably look up what the heck a siphon refrigerator means. You could see all the, a lot of writing again. Makes things taste good is their little catchphrase. Use this refrigerator 10 days for free. We export to every country on the globe. Wow. That's dedications. And they make refrigerators for homes, clubs, hotels, restaurants, yachts, private cars at low prices, varying according to size. Private cars? Wow. And then they talk about the benefit of refrigeration in general, that it keeps germs away. That's a good thing. 10-day trial. How many dollars worth of milk and things spoil on your hands every year? The total of this awful waste amounts to many thousands of dollars more every year than is paid for all kinds of refrigerators. The waste in milk alone that could be saved if it were kept a few hours longer would pay for this immense output of Bond siphon refrigerators. Does anybody know, before I start looking things up, what a siphon refrigerator is? Because I sure don't. But I have the power of the Google on my side, so I might be able to look it up. Bond siphon refrigerator. Maybe it was just a brand name. Hey, Lake Erie. Just got your paper cutter. Oh, cool. The one that I recommended. Need to order some richer mailers. Yep. Very cool. Very, 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 very cool. Get at it, Lake Erie. Hey, Rootin', welcome. I was just talking about Sarah a few minutes ago. Maybe you heard me. We were getting updates. CJ sold his first print ad earlier today. $15, $14.95. $15 plus shipping from a 1944 Newsweek, and he said it was a Railway Express ad, and it was only a half-page ad. It's pretty cool. Siphon drains the water. Ooh, as in what an actual siphon does. That's a really good point. I do believe they were ice boxes at that point, though, right? I mean, I can't be positive about that, but I'm pretty sure they didn't have electric refrigeration that long ago. I would imagine it was an icebox situation, because anybody out there a Honeymooners fan, remember in the Honeymooners, which was in the mid-50s, Ralph was still using an icebox, which is like that block of ice on the bottom. I'm just looking on eBay, and I'm looking on Google to see if, I think you might be right about the siphon portion of the description there. Siphon refrigerator. All right, well, let's I'm going to stop building this up. Refrigerator. Never spell refrigerator. Yes, I can. You look at the image and try to tell where the ice would go. Yeah, that's a good point. We'll take a look at the image again. I just wanted to get the name in there, and we'll put this in appliances for the eBay category, and I will change this to, this is my own personal store, household items. And let's just fill in a couple of specifics here. We've got an original print ad, has not been modified. Black and white advertisement, which again, most of them, because of the age tonight, will be black and white. We have a couple of quasi color ads. It's mostly black and white, and they put like a splash of red in there for some reason. It was very fancy, I guess. And we're dealing with 1906. I will tell you right out of the gate, I did a little preemptive research on eBay about a couple of these ads, because I thought they were really unique tonight. And this specific brand, there are very few out there that I saw. Not very few, but there's not a whole lot. And they were all priced very high. So I'm going to put this at $24.99, which is actually less than I saw a few other ones. But again, we're talking about a 2 by 2 inch ad. In fact, let me fix that. So if I can get $20, $25 for this, I'll be very happy. Let's modify that so we have an accurate description of the dimensions. They're also under the main top where it says free information about keeping things, let us send you our 56-page book. So they have a whole book about the benefits of refrigeration that you could send away for. The company, again, is called White Enamel Refrigerator Company, which I will put that in here because it's going to take up a lot of space in my title. Enamel, hold on, let's see how we spell this. For sake. E-N-A-M-E-L. Okay. White Enamel Refrigerator Company. I don't know who's going to be searching for that, but on the offhand chance that somebody is, we'll throw it in. Right, there we go. We have that long company name in there. Okay, let's take a look at the ad again. And the refrigerator. It really looks like a piece of furniture, folks, doesn't it? I wonder if it was made of wood. It probably was. Now, they look like little kids, but, you know, maybe they're, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, something like that. That's pretty tall refrigerator for the time, even with little kids up against it. And I wonder, you know, since we said refrigerator, I think I'm going to put icebox in my title. Like I said, I'm pretty positive that in 1906 we're dealing with iceboxes. I didn't realize they called them refrigerators at that point. I thought they were called iceboxes. So I'm impressed with the word refrigerator being used this long ago. Maybe we'll put, what do you think we should put? We could put, I can't quite tell. Can anybody see what that kid on the left is eating? I don't know if he grabbed, it looks like a banana maybe. He grabbed something from the refrigerator. And I'll assume that's his little sister there. But I am not positive. Keeping things. I'm going to put keeping, no, I won't put that. I'm going to put boy and girl eating. You still call it refrigerators? Oh, yeah? No, I never had an icebox. I just wanted to start off with a little one, 2-inch by 2-inch ad. I think it's kind of cool. I haven't seen a refrigerator this old. This is the oldest refrigerator I have listed so far. That I can say with absolute certainty. But I mentioned earlier, I did do a little research, and it looks like they were all priced really high, so I put mine at $25. We'll see what happens. Always open offers. Let's list it. Okay. Message to somebody who I mentioned earlier might be a guest on Monday. I certainly hope she is. I think it would be a lot of fun and very educational for everybody out there, including myself. All right, let's create a similar. Kind of cool, right? Old advertisements tonight. We have some major brand names to work with. This was not one of them, but we do have some really big brands coming up during tonight's festivities. So we got a refrigerator ad out of here. See if I had another smaller one. I do. Let me pull up what is this. Is a tiny one. And this one, take a guess why I selected this one to list, everybody. It's not so much, in fact, it's definitely not about the company known as Hughes and Potter. It's not about the item itself, which is a pair of suspenders. It's all about the bulldog. Bulldogs. Dogs in general. People love dogs. People collect dogs. So when you see anything related to dogs, that would be a major be on the lookout for dog ads. If a dog is in an ad, get it up. There you go, Rootin. I was gonna sing it, but I said nah. If somebody doesn't know what I'm talking about, I'll get angry. So I figured I would just leave that out. But yeah, bulldogs, baby. Bulldogs, bulldogs, bulldogs. Bulldogs sell. This is another tiny ad. Same thing. I think it's a 3-inch tall by 2-inch wide. So let me just tweak that really quickly while we're talking about it so I don't forget. But tiny ad. Sales point here from, and I'm going to put this back to reality price-wise. We'll go to $14.99. Bulldogs. You know, people love, collect bulldog, everything. So when they see a little ad like this with this adorable bulldog, chewing, I guess. I don't know if he's chewing or just holding a pair of suspenders there. The product is secondary in this one. We are all about the bulldog. But I will put up, let's see. They're called bulldog suspenders, right? So right out of the gate, we have the wondrous bulldog being used in the first 2 words, actually. Let me fix this. We're going to do, this would be, how would we describe this? Clothing, I would imagine, right? Accessories, maybe? Let me search on this a little bit. I'm just going to put men's suspenders. I've listed a pair of suspenders before. I'm going to put men's suspenders ad. Yeah, I was going to say, okay, we'll go with this one. Clothing, shoes, and accessories. We have a choice between clothing, shoes, and accessories pre-1920 or just clothing. This is an accessory, right? I think we're going to go with accessory. Let's just plug in our stuff. We're going to put this in clothing in my store category. It is indeed a print ad. Let's fill this out, black and white. 1906. Original. Our theme is clothing and has not been modified. It's from 1906 again. Brand was Bulldog, right? Beautiful. Nice and easy. Now the creative part here is we've said Bulldog suspenders, antique print ad. We kind of hit everything we need right out of the gate with like 20 something characters or 30 characters. Gonna have to do better than that, but we'll outwear 3 of the ordinary kind, 50 cents, suitable for all classes. Again, you could send away for a correct dress and suspender styles booklet, courtesy of Hughes and Potter. I guess we'll put Hughes and Potter in there. They're out of Boston. Anybody heard of Hughes and Potter clothiers? Because I have not. They may or may not be in existence still. I don't know. Hughes and Potter, Boston. I'm just going to do that. When there isn't a lot to go with visually in an ad, when you kind of said all you need to say really quickly, that's when I'll start banging out like cities and things of that, just to fill space. I put the company Hughes and Potter. I put Boston, Mass. Because I don't really see anything else other than, of course, the glorious Bulldog. Anything else to really talk about in the title. So I filled it in with this kind of, filler, basically. But I just try to get, I hate to leave it at such a small. If I just finished a print ad, we'd have like half the title would be blank. But isn't that pretty cool, everybody? Bulldogs. Definitely looking for our Bulldog people. And if they search Bulldog, they will find my ad eventually. Pretty cool. Anybody else have anything to say about this one? Let me know. I'll pull it up one more time. If anybody wants to add to our title, feel free to put a suggestion through. I guess we could put 50 cents maybe. Mm. I guess not, huh? Yeah, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, this one. So let's get this one listed. And we will move on to our third ad for the evening. Let's pull up the next ad. That was a quiet spell. Sorry about that. I was writing a text to the individual, the aforementioned individual who may or may not be on the show Monday night. I just wanted to coordinate something with her. But it's looking okay. It looks like it might be happening. And I'll let everybody know for sure over the weekend. Okay, we have the Bulldog is done. Let me see if we have any other smaller ads before we go to the bigger ones. I'm pretty sure we do. Like those were two especially small, 2-inch by 2-inch and 3-inch by 2-inch. I have one, but I want to wait a little while for that one because it's kind of quasi special. So we'll save that for a little bit down the line. This one, here's one of these ads I was saying. They're all black and white, but for whatever reason, this one has like a shade of like a rose red in it. Let's pull this one up. And honestly, I wanted to go through. I didn't read everything about these things. I just kind of pulled them out, trimmed them up, and scanned them so we could go through it tonight together. But you see, this says Egg OC Cereal Company. Egg OC. I have never in my life heard of this. I was trying to figure out exactly what it is. It does say cereal company. When I first saw this and I saw the box, I thought it was maybe like powdered eggs or something. But it looks like it's actually a whole wheat cereal. So it's a breakfast cereal. Only 10 cents. Talking about springtime and energy and all of that great stuff. I'm trying to read what else. Well, yeah, essentially it is a cereal. So let's pull this. I'm going to pull this one into our title. But very crazy name. Everybody ever heard of that? Egg OC cereal. And we do have an other cereal advertisements, which is where this guy will fall because it's not Kellogg's or Post or any really famous brands. And I'm going to fix my store category to go to food. We're definitely going to keep this priced moderately at usual $15. For this one, you can say they kind of just, tinted the flowers a pinkish red, but it's definitely primarily a black and white ad. But I will put multicolor for the sake of the specifics here. Egg OC. Oh, I have my cap locks on. States. It's not modified. It's from 1906. It is original. Original as original gets, everybody. This one, you know what? I forgot to take. This is a 7-inch by 5-inch. It's a quarter page for this this magazine. 7-inch tall by 5-inch wide. So let's fix that. Like I said, we'll keep it at the regular $15 because it's nothing. Watch, this will probably be the most valuable thing I've ever listed, and I forgot to look it up. But most of the time, I kind of just do my own pricing scheme, as I'm sure many of you have seen in the video series. Like a lot of people that do items over and over, you kind of get into a rhythm and you find out, what you can get for things. You always want to have that little bit of wiggle room if you want to send out an offer or do a sale potentially. And, my pricing has always been reasonable to my buyers, so nobody's ever complained anyway. That's a good thing. And I've never listed it so high that I don't sell anything. I guess that's the name of the game, right? Charge a fair price, something that you make money on and you're happy with, but that your buyers are also happy and think that they, received a good deal and good value for money. That's what I want to do. All right, so it's Eggo C cereal. Did I fix? Yeah, I did fix all this. Let's take a look again. A lot of writing in this one. It's really just a springtime scene. It says at the bottom, "Back to nature." So I guess I'll put "Back to nature" since they write that. And again, there's not really that much to talk about. Back to nature, maybe spring, flowers. Probably the other big eye-grabbing thing in this ad, right? All right. Ooh, Jeff with some interesting information. Hold on. Battle Creek. Very cool. Awesome. Thank you for that, Jeff. And speaking of which, you know what? It sounds like such a basic word to get in there, but let's throw it in. Breakfast. There we go. And that pretty much fills out everything. We only have one character left. So Eggo C, breakfast cereal, antique print ad, back to nature, spring, flowers. I would say that sums up this ad. Would you agree, everybody? And again, send away for a free Back to Nature book. Every ad today is promoting some sort of giveaway. Send away for a free product, a free booklet. Yes, I know. That's fantastic. Jeff. Yep. Battle Creek. I always thought Battle Creek was in Michigan. That's awesome. So here we go. That's what I was saying before. There's a few like this where famous, like really famous brands, either prior to becoming famous or, they've evolved to a different name. We have a few of those tonight. And here's one. So thank you very much for that information, Jeff. We have a super early Kellogg's before it was Kellogg's. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. With a product I've definitely never heard of prior to this evening, Eggo C cereal. I wonder what, probably like cornflakes or something. No, it says wheat. Maybe it's like Wheaties. Maybe it's a really early version of Wheaties. Not sure. But since we have pretty much filled out the entire title, it's time to list this one. There we go. Right, great, similar. What is that? Three down already, right? Another one that goes by quickly. I think that's the only cereal ad we had tonight, so I'll erase off all that stuff. But that's the extent of the color in tonight's advertisements. There's 2 or 3 other ones that are kind of exactly the same thing, mostly black and white with, for some reason, a hint of like a reddish pink tint added to certain elements within the picture. Kind of weird. Okay. Here's one we all know and love. It's definitely still in existence. Domino Sugar. You guys might remember, I don't know if it looks awfully familiar. This might be the same type of ad. I might have to check this because we listed one almost exactly like this and spent some time on it. For those of you who might have seen the show, you might remember the cubes themselves are literally shaped like dominoes, as you see in this. I don't know if it's an illustration or a photo. I think it's an illustration. And then on the right side, there's that like little, it looks like a sugar bowl with like tongs on the side, on the top, or prongs, whatever you want to call them. I don't know if it's exactly the same photo that we already listed, but I will check that because I don't want to have a complete duplicate. You remember that, Rutan? Yeah, we spent some time on this one. Thought it was kind of cool, the fact that they were individually wrapped in the shape of dominoes instead of, nowadays you'd see like a little square cube. Let me do a quick cross-reference within my eBay store because I don't want to do the exact same ad. Although what I could always do is, and somebody asked this question, which was a great question on a YouTube video of mine. What do you do if you have duplicates, which can happen if you're in the same, general, like if we were to look, this is the April 1906. If we were to look at the May issue or the June issue, there's a high probability that some of these ads might repeat. I do want, so the question was, what do you do if you come across two of them? Do you just get rid of one? Do you list them twice? I would probably just change the quantity. I would increase the quantity to 2 in this instance. If I have this exact photo, if it's exactly the same ad, I would just put quantity 2, and then we can make double the money. But like I said, let me check that first, because I know we worked on a domino ad that looked just like this, but I don't know if the picture was exactly the same as this. Let me check. It wasn't that long ago either. It was just a couple weeks ago, I think. A triumph in sugar making. A triumph in sugar making. Yep. Identical, ladies and gentlemen. So it's a good thing we checked into this a little bit. What I'm going to do is nix this new listing. And it's also from 1906, by the way, Rutan. So you were right. And I am going to modify the listing we did. It looks, let me see what the date was on that one. Actually, wow, it's been a month already. April 1st, we listed that one. So I am going to change my quantity on this one that was already out there to 2. And then I just, for my own sanity, I need to remember to go to a different, like that was COL 1. And this one's in what, COL 5 we're up to right now, right? So let me change this to quantity to 2. I'll just do some sort of internal note for myself indicating that it's in COL 1 and COL 5. All I'm doing basically is I'm adding COL 5 to the SKU on the original listing from April. Let's update that. This way we don't have 2 identical ads. 2 separate listings for the same ad. Cool. Okay, that one is done. Hold on one second. Okay. So let's pick something else and not do the domino sugar. We spent a lot of time on that one, I remember too. Okay. And that was, I think it's the same thing, like a 2-inch by 2-inch advertisement. Here's something you won't see anymore. And they were already probably fading out of fashion at this point, but I'm sure they were around for many, many years prior. This is a buggy. The horse and buggy? Well, here's your buggy. $45 for a buggy. And again, send away for a free catalog, folks. But this is a direct-to-you, custom-made buggy vehicle for horse-drawn, obviously, vehicle. Look at that. Out of Cincinnati, Ohio. This is another 2-inch by 2-inch little guy. Oh, it looks like it's on sale for $28. Retails at $45. For $28, you can get a nice big old wooden wheeled buggy for your horse. Isn't that cool? I just think it's awesome to see something, that's that old-fashioned and out of style now, but yet was so important and around for so long, and so many, probably centuries prior to that. At least a couple of centuries, right? And let me tweak my dimensions on this one. This is another 2 by 2 inch. Chicks and geese and ducks better scurry. Super cool. I mean, just so cool. Look at that thing. I just got to pull this up again. And I guess our retailer is the incredibly famous U.S. Buggy and Cart Co. I think this will be a popular item. U.S. Buggy and Cart Co. Right? Where the heck do I put this? actually going to put it in automobile ads just because I don't know who's going to look. It's a form of transportation. It's not an automobile, though, is it? I don't know. I might revise that. Let me just for the purposes of getting through the listing, let's just get it in something. 1906. Right. It's asking for a make and model, which obviously doesn't apply. You know what? I don't even want to waste my time with this. Let's do a search and see if there is a horse and buggy category. I've never found one. Horse and buggy. See what comes up. Not a whole lot. How about just buggy? Up with the word buggy. A lot of toys. We could always go into eBay Motors, but I don't think this would. Imagine selling this on the eBay Motors. If you had a real one, I'm sure it would sell really well. No, I don't want that either. Horse buggy. Somebody has any ideas on where this could go? I'd appreciate your thoughts. Ooh, sporting goods, carts and carriages. No. Again, it's an advertisement, and we've talked about this 100 times. I don't want to put an advertisement in a category where it's actually selling the product as opposed to the advertisement for the product. Like you can see, they have a harness section, they have a carts and carriages, and that's under equestrian, which is kind of cool, but it is not really that. It is just an advertisement, horse and buggy ad. Not having any luck with this one as far as a category. So I think we will do, let's see. We'll do the dreaded advertising in print 1900 and 1909 because I can't think of a proper category for it. So let me fill this out really quickly again, because everybody knows when you change the category, it erases off everything in the specifics, required specifics. U.S. buggy and parts. And guys are quiet tonight. I see people watching, but everybody's been very quiet. Maybe you're listening with me, which is kind of cool. So stay quiet as long as you're listening. Listen to that nice little music thing I made last night for everybody to list with. It really is peaceful. It's my little that Japanese music that I enjoy so much in my countdown. I figured I made a whole video for it, so you could just kind of have it in the background when I love listening to stuff like that when I'm listening. It kind of focuses you on listening. Whereas if I'm listening to the Beatles or I listen to music I like, I wind up just singing the songs and kind of get distracted. So when it's just kind of mellow, tranquil music like that, it helps me focus. I hope it helps everybody out there too. Okay. U.S. Buggy and Car Company. Obviously, there's no does anybody see? It says custom-made vehicles and harness. There's not like a model or anything that I could see. But you would buy the harness as well. Maybe we'll put harness in there. Hey, CJ, welcome back. I wasn't speaking to you specifically. I was just saying everybody. There's a bunch of people watching, and everybody's being really quiet, which is fine. Yeah, maybe I'll put harness. They make mention of that a few times. Harness. What other words can we use? They're custom made. Maybe I'll put that in. Maybe I'll use the word horse. Jeff says hundreds of styles, huh? I think horse is a good word. Like we just talked about dogs, horse. Although there's no image of a horse on this one, so it really isn't. Maybe if I wrote like horse and buggy, that would be better. But we're just getting the word horse in because it's obviously not an automobile. It is most definitely a horse-driven vehicle. Yeah, it says 150 styles, right? Jeff was saying 100 styles. Yeah, 1 horsepower. Exactly, CJ. Yep. Hmm. Horse draw. How about horse carriage, maybe? Would this qualify as a carriage? That kind of fills in a bunch of characters, which is a good thing. Could that be considered a horse-drawn carriage? Do I have any horse aficionados out there? Horse travel. I like the 1 horsepower. That's hysterical. It's pretty much all you needed in 1906 to get around, I'm sure. You had a good horse and a U.S. buggy cart. Golden. Hi, Marie. Thank you for chiming in with the matter-of-fact answer that yes, it is a carriage. Welcome, Marie. Yeah, I'm going to put that in because it kind of fills out that remaining piece, right? Custom-made horse carriage. Or a Surrey. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I'm going to put carriage. It's more characters. Rooting. All right, let's get this one listed. Not thrilled with the automobile category, but that's just my store category, so it really doesn't matter. I'll know what it means. It's a vehicle. All right, let's list that one. Again, 2-inch by 2-inch advertisement. Hi, Marie. I think that's the waving hand insignia, right? It's hard to tell. Sometimes I think it's a clap. I'm starting to go blind. All right, that one was kind of cool. And just something you don't see very much in this day and age. Makes it more fun. Go back in time. That's what it feels like every time you go into these magazines, like you're going back in time. You get a glimpse into everyday life from another era. Okay, we've listed 4 or 5 ads already, and I think they've all been the really tiny ones, except for the one we had a 1/4-page ad, right, for that weird cereal that became Kellogg's. Let's see what else we have. We have a lot. Let's do another 1/4-pager with that same red tint, which is kind of weird. Here it is. And this is for Arnica tooth soap, which is basically toothpaste. I know in ads from the 20s, 30s, they would call it tooth powder. Excuse me. You don't see the word paste come in for a while. But here it's known as tooth soap. I don't know if it's Arnica or Arnica. And it says jelly. Oh, that's crazy. Strong's Arnica jelly. With a beautiful young woman with roses around her in her frame, smiling. I'm assuming that's some sort of toothbrush in her hand. I'm really not sure what's going on there. But I figured you guys would dig this and we could get into some, take a good look at it and see what's going on and maybe come up with some cool words, again, about hairdos. We always talk about things like that when we go back in time, about the dress, about the hairdo, about the product itself. Look at that like metal tin toothpaste, which I remember that well when toothpaste always used to come in a metal tube that you would just roll, and now it's like a plastic one. But it's a leading dentifrice dental product. Strong and Company out of Chicago, 1/3 of a century. The metal package is most convenient for travel in the home. No fluid or powder to spill or waste is what it says. Sold at all fine druggists. I don't know. Like, if you look below in her left hand, it looks like she's almost holding open like a cosmetic, like a mirror, like for rouge or something. And I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's a weird shaped thing, whatever that. It has like a pointy edge. Maybe we need to blow this one up for everybody. This one warrants a full examination. Hang on one second. Hi, everybody. Let's pull up. I cut my head with my nail this morning. That hurt. It's like getting a paper cut on your forehead. Painful. Don't do that. Always clip your nails. Rutan saying there's 2 products, the jelly and the soap. Okay, that would explain it. But let's take a look anyway. It's a cool picture. I'll pull this one up. We'll share the blow up. There we go. Okay. Is that a little bit easier to see everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from north of the border, the recently healthy Dawn Wright. Welcome aboard, and good morning, Dawn. Glad you're here. Glad you're feeling well. You're just in time because we're examining this advertisement. You can check it out. It's for an old toothpaste called Arnica by a brand called Strong's. And we're trying to figure out what's going on with this photo. And Rutan just pointed out that it looks like there's two products going on over here. But let me confirm that. Well, let's confirm it together. You can see down here it says in red, I keep saying Arnica. I don't know if it's Arnica or Arnica. Whatever anybody wants to say, we'll pronounce it that way. Let me know how you want to say it. But anyway, you have a tooth soap down there, right? The red, it literally looks like a bar of soap. It looks like the same item is in the lady's left hand. In fact, it is. It says Arnica tooth soap. And then she has, I'm assuming that's I don't know if that's, I don't know what's going on. Help me, everybody. The jelly, I say, look, Strong's Arnica jelly, ideal for winter use, keeps the skin. So this is like a skin. That's why Rutan was saying it's two different products. Kind of weird that they would combine them. But this thing up here, which actually looks like toothpaste, is not toothpaste. This is a skin, like a cold cream or something, or just a skin cream, skin, lotion. Whereas down here we have the tooth soap. How crazy is that? So she is indeed applying soap to her teeth by virtue of this device, which looks like it might be a very, very big toothbrush. That's crazy. We need to do some research on how people brush their teeth in 1906 because boy can you imagine scraping a brush on soap and putting it in your mouth? Man, these people had rough lives. Hey, Gulf Coast, what's going on, man? Welcome. Yeah, look, maybe it is a folding toothbrush. I don't know. It's huge, though. You see that the brush portion is like 3 inches long, it looks like. Yeah, that is kind of insane. Hi, Justin. Justin saying it could be the case or holder in her hand. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but let me pull up the ad again. We'll pull up the main page where we're listing. Because this one definitely requires some further investigation. You know what? I think I closed out my eBay page. Hold on, everybody. Boy, do I hope that saved it as a draft. I think it does. Yes, it did. Okay, cool. In my haste to get rid of the big picture, I wound up closing out my eBay screen. Okay, let's share that one. All right, everybody see it now? Yeah, it's like a giant brush of some kind, definitely. And she's got the teeth are showing. She's using her tooth soap. And again, why we have a corresponding Arnica jelly advertisement on the top left on the same page. So we do have a twofer here. We have a twofer. And you see the top says the International Dentifrice, which I had to look up a while ago with some other ads because I didn't know what the word meant, but I think it just means dental hygienic products of various sorts. It's kind of like saying tobacco stuff related to tobacco. This is kind of the equivalent in the dental field. So it was a wacky looking ad. We have this dame here, dressed to kill. Pretty rose thing going around it. The Arnica tooth soap. And then what looks like an actual thing of toothpaste turns out not to be toothpaste at all, but some kind of skin lotion. Very strange. Well, let's at least get some. We have Strong's as our brand. But also, I think we're going to go with, as far as what we're advertising here. That is funny. Yeah, I told Dawn, wakey, wakey. because she was trying to come on I was going to say last week, 2 days ago, and she was taking a little nap. So I woke her up. I'm glad you're here, Dawn. Very, very glad you're here. All right. So we have Strong's, and I'm going to go with the Arnica tooth soap. And I guess Strong's has a apostrophe. I don't know how. I don't know if anybody's actually going to search that way. That's always something we talk about with eBay listings in general. Do you need to put those sort of Art Nouveau border? Yeah, and a rose by another name is still a rose. Okay, let's see what. This is fine. Other health and beauty. That works for me. And let's put this in. I have a category that's called personal care products, which is where I will put this one in. Arnica tooth soap, anti-print. Okay. Let's fill out our specifics, and then we'll dive into the picture again because it's curious. Strong's was the brand, right? I wonder if Strong's ever evolved into anything else. Somebody on that? Like we found out that that other company turned into Kellogg's many years later. I guess that qualifies as multicolor. It's really just red and black and white, but we'll put multicolor. Okay, all the specifics are filled out. This one, I'm gonna make $19.99. It's unique, very unique. It's the novelty of dental soap, I think, is kind of crazy, but Art Nouveau border. Okay. All right. Pull this picture up again. I guess we could go with the 1906 is Art Nouveau, Dawn. I don't know if there's like specific years tied to these names or movements of art. But I will definitely go with that if that applies. I think we're going to put roses, right? Roses, art. OU, as I borrow, assuming that a Canadian can spell the word nouveau. Nouve. A-U. A-U. My French accent, everybody. Cool. Okay. I appreciate that, Dawn. So you've already made a contribution in a mere minutes after joining, after waking up. All right. International dentifrice. Maybe I'll put dentifrice. I know I'd spell it wrong. E-N-T-I, no, dentifrice. Soap and jelly. Yeah, the jelly we kind of got to mention, right? And it says jelly carbonate for roughness of the skin. Why that's mixed in with a toothpaste ad, I really don't understand at all. And let's just, again, take a moment to look at this archaic-looking toothbrush. What a crow. Welcome aboard. Nice for having you. Thanks for having. Nice to have you. Thanks for joining. I think it came in at a very good time. If you want to give a quick look at this wacky ad we're working with, this is a April 1906 magazine. The Collier's Weekly again. And you can see this dame here is, we thought she was brushing her teeth with the product at the top, but the product at the top left, which looks like a toothpaste thing, is actually a jelly, a skin lotion. Yep. It's a gel like a cream. But then the product that's really being sold is this Arnica tooth soap. Actual soap. And you can see the lady has opened up her soap in some kind of little compact metal tin, I guess. And then she's got this enormous toothbrush with a brush that's like as wide as her hand. And those pearly whites beaming. And Dawn Wright had just indicated that this could be an Art Nouveau border. We were just trying to kind of validate that is in fact the case. I'm not sure like what the period is considered for Art Nouveau, but I will certainly go with it. And I did put roses in there as well. But if you want to just give a quick look, anything you want to add, anybody wants to add anything else they notice? I know Rutan said to mention the jelly. Do we have room for jelly? Get rid of dentifrice, whatever the heck that is. I'll put soap and jelly. This way we get both in, but I just think it's a crazy toothbrush blows me away. And the fact that they were rubbing soap on their teeth is just, that's harsh. That's harsh. And we complain. How could we complain? Yes, exactly. I mentioned that earlier when it crawled. I don't know about this time, but certainly when I was doing other ads, lots of ads from the teens and 20s, they called it tooth powder. Is exactly right. It wasn't toothpaste at all. It was tooth powder. But this is actually soap. Actual soap, which I guess isn't obviously made of the same thing, I hope, that traditional soap is. But I think it's incredibly unique. Anything about her hairdo or that dress or whatever she's wearing, bearing a lot of shoulder for the time. I'll tell you, that's an aggressive move there, young lady, with that outfit in 1906 in Edwardian London. Skin jelly, says Jeff. Wow. Okay. You don't see those every day. Soap jelly. All right. Anything else anyone wants to mention about this? We really don't have much in the way of room in the title anymore, but I could always tweak things. If somebody sees a glaring omission on my part, please bring it up right now, and I will absolutely consider changing my title. But right now we have Strong's Arnica tooth soap and maybe I'll write and jelly. Skin is what just said skin jelly. Rutan, right? Yeah, it is. I agree. When it 1906, that's almost scandalous, isn't it? Hey now. I mean, white frilly kind of thing. Then again, I mean, you would think one would know. I don't know if this is definitely not mother. When it grows, it doesn't look like this is mother taking care of her teeth in the morning. But again, the assumption is that you would do this in the morning. So is that some sort of like nighttime attire? I don't know what's going on. No, the brush is huge, Winnicrow. That's what we keep saying. Like if you look at the I don't know how to describe it, but like it's like the width of 4 of her fingers, 3 or 4 of her fingers wide. The brush portion. It looks like a shoe polish brush more than a toothbrush. But anyway, that's what I guess they did in 1906. And who are we to judge, right? No, did they? It's a good thing they don't do that anymore, right, Winnicrow? Yeah. Always works, right? And we were talking about this magazine, this Collier's Weekly, was kind of more of a family-oriented magazine. It's not really like like Ladies' Home Journal, obviously. Ladies, geared towards women. I don't know. There's lots of men's magazines, obviously, too. This one, I think, was kind of like a well-rounded family magazine. It's not like Good Housekeeping. It's her nightgown. You do think it's a nightgown. I thought so, too. All right. Well, we are going to list it. I spent a good amount of time on this one, but I think it warranted it because I was just thrown by this whole soap thing. And thank you very much, Rutan, for pointing out that this was not, does that look like a toothpaste dispenser at the top left? Nope. Cleverly disguised as one in a dental ad. They throw in some kind of crazy skin jelly. Oh, well. I wonder what Strong's, does Strong's still exist? I actually think I've seen a brand called Strong's. not positive though. Be curious if anybody knows. All right, let's list this one. All right, let's see what else we have for tonight. We have a bunch. I think the most fun I have is with these really old ads because there's just some curveballs thrown at you that you don't see as time goes on. Things become very, you know, the more modern, obviously, the advertisement, it just becomes more familiar to everybody and you don't think about it that much. These things that go back, like, especially when you get into this quote unquote antique era of 100 years and prior, there's definitely some unique stuff out there that most of us have never either heard of or certainly not seen before. So I love that stuff. All right, since we're in this realm of like ladies wearing, we're assuming that was a nightgown. Let me pull this one up. I was telling you before about very famous brands that everybody knows and loves being in this thing, but really early variations of it. And here's one. This is another really small ad. I think it's a 3-inch tall by 2-inch wide. But talk about an outfit. When a crow, go to town and go to town on this one. Macy's. Same address, 34th and 35th, Herald Square. I go there all the time. Been there many, many times. Thanksgiving parade is held here every year. This is R.H. Macy & Co., Herald Square, selling a Paris model princess dress. Look at that, for only $9.74. You know who would enjoy this? Who is, again, AWOL tonight? Annie. Annie of Salem, Massachusetts. If you're out there listening and just choose to be ignoring me right now, chime in if you would. This is right up your alley. Look at this. A 1906 Paris model princess dress from Macy's. Kind of cool, right? Again, world famous brand, obviously, still in existence, obviously, probably by a thread, the way retail is going. Yeah, imagine that catalog. You're right, Rutan. But this is, a Paris, they're billing it as a Paris model princess dress. And it says the fashionable women of New York and Paris, the fashion centers of the world, are wearing princess dresses. They're the ideal style for summer wear. So this was a very in vogue. Look at that waist. She has like a 6-inch waist. Clearly an illustration, but just reading some of the wording here. But basically, yeah, they're hyping up the fact that these princess dresses must be very popular at the time. And then we have Winnie Crow with a bunch of groovy words. So let's get into building this ad quickly so we could inspect the photo as we always do. Macy's. Just see what Macy's comes up with. I don't think I've ever listed a Macy's ad. Can you imagine that? Macy's princess dress, we'll put. Yeah, is that a corset? I thought it was a corset, actually, but maybe it's not. Clothing. I'm going to have to search again. Clothing. 1906 ad. How about dresses? Dresses. My hesitation, I hate to put stuff into like really, generalized categories. I try to drill down as much as I can to the actual item. But eBay is not always cooperative because look at this. I put dresses. How about we'll put 1906 dress. Looking for something that says, oh, here we go. Clothing, shoes, and dresses. Again, that's the actual category. We want advertisement. Anybody see advertisement for clothes? For clothes. Dress ad. Find this, everybody. Refuse to be beaten by eBay. What's going on? Rutan is telling some funnies. Wasp waist. Of course it is. That's funny. How about we'll just put 1906 clothing. Nothing else. Clothing ad. All right, we're going to go into this one. It's not great, but it's just basically clothing pre-1920, which this certainly is. So let's pick it up. Get it into a category. I'm going to put into clothing. on my store. And let's fill out these couple of specifics. Original, black and white, 1906. Not modified. See this time frame, pre-1920. That's all of eternity prior to 1920. That's a pretty big collection of items. 1906. Brand is Macy's. All right. Well, as we read in the, let me make sure I made this is a 3-inch tall by 2 wide. Okay. We read a little bit. You can see there's a lot of words in here. I'll blow this one too. Blow this one up too if you guys would like to see it in more detail. We could check out her dress, and we could check out the hat, and we could check out some of the wording that they use. So just give me a second, and we'll do that. I think so too, Rutan, because it's getting harder and harder to find things that I could swear I've easily, found before. Dawn's saying $320. Holy cow, really? That's a couture dress right there. Here we go. Princess line, a landmark development in fashionable dressmaking. In the mid-1870s, dresses began to be tailored with vertical darts and seams. Ooh. Yeah, we're 1906. All right, let me pull up the large version of this ad so you can see it. There we go. Okay. It's so funny that they're advertising their low prices. Macy's is not known for low prices, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, and there's, like Rutan was saying, a 500-page spring and summer catalog, an encyclopedia of New York's fashions and household supplies, all at Macy's prices, sent free upon request. Let's send them a request. Can I please have your 1906 summer catalog? You want to talk about getting some print ads out of a... Imagine the Macy's 1906 summer catalog. You could have a field day. Well, anyway, it's the Paris model princess dress, right? And I can't believe, what did you say? Dawn said that $9.75 is worth $320 now. Wow. Incredible. And look at the detail on the dress, ladies, if you'd like to check that out. She's wearing gloves too, you notice. And I know Winnie Crow was saying she has a corset on, but right, it's not seen. Again, this is not a real person. This is an illustration. I don't think the human anatomy allows for a waist that's, 4 inches wide, but even with a corset on. Ah, Winnie Crow. Kind of cool though, isn't it? Anybody want to speak to that hat? Is that a style? Is that a... She also has something in her right hand. I don't know if it's cash. I don't know. It looks like a dollar bill or something. I'm not sure what that is. If Vampira had a waist, yeah. Maybe she did. And your order is filled within 24 hours. Not bad. 1906. I think that's an awesome looking ad. And again, look at the detail, everybody. Like, this is a 2-inch, 3-inch by 2-inch ad, but with my scanner, on I think it's like 600 DPI, it comes out really well like this. I think that makes it, all the ads I put up, they look a lot more marketable than if you had taken a picture like a lot of people do of this little tiny dinky ad, like on a rug, crooked with bad lighting. Who the heck's going to buy that, right? Okay, let's pull the main ad up again. There we go. All right, let's get some keywords in. It was the what is it called? Paris edition, Paris model. So I'm going to put Paris model. A calling card. Sarah, welcome, Sarah. Welcome aboard, Sarah Burns. Did you check out this lady in her dress, Sarah Burns? Pull it up again. Isn't that cool? That is a Macy's Paris model princess dress. All the rage of female fashion in the spring and summer of 1906. The legendary Macy's of Herald Square. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Oh, Sarah's talking about Christmas. It's always Christmas on eBay, right? And Etsy. It's always Halloween and always Christmas. All year round. In fact, people that are looking, a lot of people buy that stuff now because it's so early or late, depending on what your vantage point is. But I guess it's early at this point, right? It was like 6 months out. A little less than 6 months. Wow. Halloween is like 5.5 months away already. It just keeps going so quickly. Well, anyway, yeah, good job, Sarah. And I was asking earlier when CJ was excited. He listed about 24, 25 ads. He finally had a sale, his first one today of a print ad. And I brought your name up then. I'm like, we need Sarah's update from her from the Spiegel catalog, right? I'm curious if you've sold any, how many you've sold. I know you sold at least the one you talked about a couple weeks ago. But let us know how you're doing with those. And congratulations on listing this Christmas stuff. Okay. Everybody's contributed a ton of words here. So so far I just have Macy's princess dress, Paris model. And now we got Sarah saying embroidered, dotted Swiss refers to an embroidery technique. When a Crow had a ton of very good words for me to use. So let me go back up and check out what everybody wrote. And the fact that this was in honor of Queen Victoria's daughter, Alexandra. I don't know if we want to put corset. Oh, here's we go. Pigeon breast, leg of mutton sleeves. Is that what they're called? Leg of mutton sleeves. Again, I pointed out she's wearing gloves. Can't see the shoes because she has this super, super long dress, but I'll assume she has shoes on. We don't know. Wasp waist, Lego mutton sleeves. That's all right, Dawn. It's allowed. I was singing your praises. Don't worry about it. Do we like that, everybody? I like Lego mutton. Can I have a Lego mutton? Lego. Is that the right spelling for sure? Winnicrow? Sleeve. I think that's awfully descriptive, and if people know what they're looking for. Yeah, that's a couture looking outfit. Well, you already said, what, $375? Which is better, Lego mutton or wasp waist, everybody? What do we think? I think her hat is amazing, too. It's almost like a peacock-looking thing. Certainly not a flapper. We're 20 years before a flapper even existed, right? Nobody knows what a flapper is yet. Root and wash the wasp waist, too. All right. I think Lego mutton is just cool, really cool phrase. We'll go with wasp waist. Wasp waist. Winnicrow agrees too. Okay. Dawn, do you have anything else? We put it in wasp waist. Everybody seems to have their opinion here. Where's CJ? I figured you'd be all over these dresses, CJ. CJ is waiting for the car ads. All right. We still have a little bit to play with here. Can I still Can I still fit Lego mutton? Corset and puffy sleeve. Yeah, that kind of gets the point across, doesn't it? That's what makes the show so exciting. We're always learning these new terms that nobody had ever heard of prior, except the people that mention them. I certainly have never heard Lego mutton. All right. Any other, let me see. How many do we have? We still have 13 characters, so we could definitely get, I think, a Lego mutton. Well, let me try Lego mutton. Was it M-U-T-T-O-N? Oh, is it M-U-T-T-O-N, everybody? I think it is. Dead birds. Yeah, I know dead birds were a big deal, but I think we talked about that once. CJ is lurking and eating. Okay. Enjoy your steak, CJ. Enjoy your leg of mutton. Mutton, M-U-T. All right. I think we're going to put that in because look at that. Let me pull this back up, everybody. See it? We're totally filled with leg of mutton. So we got wasp waist, Lego mutton. I think this is a winner. That's a crazy ad because it's not crazy. It's really cool. It's Macy's. It's a 1906 Macy's. And it's only 3 inches by 2 inches. And I'm going to get $20 for it, I hope. Thank you, everybody, as always, for contributing your knowledge to this one. Leg of mutton, wasp waist, dead bird hat, gloves. We got the lowdown on what a princess dress was, who it was named after. They were obviously very fashionable. And what's this? Root and saying. Lots of those hats are almost disposable. Oh, yeah? Okay. Under the skirt, she has wasp legs. Yeah, Winter Crow, you were saying you actually, what'd you say? You used to wear these things like for shows and things? I thought you said something about that you had dresses like that or something. I missed that. I saw it in passing when you were talking about the dead bird thing being popular amongst Victorians. All right. Well, anyway, let's list this one, and we'll move on to the next exciting advertisement. Again, happy Friday evening to everybody. Thank you for joining. It's 7:30 already, so we're moving and grooving. Hour and a half in the books, and it feels like 20 minutes to me. People are eating dinner. Look at your photo. Oh, yes, I know. That's that kind of a shirt? That's that kind of a dress? And may I ask, were you sporting a corset at that time, Winter Crow? Oh, you had a leg of mutton. Yeah, that like black dress with you're holding a parasol, it looks like, or something. Okay, let's pull up the next one. Get rid of leg of mutton. All right, let's bring out some big guns here. Macy's, big one, right? Here's one. You just can't go wrong. Any era with. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. A 1906 Coca-Cola advertisement. Good as money in the bank. Doing right, 5 cents in 1906 equates to what today? Probably a lot. But there you go, boys and girls. 1906 Coca-Cola. It's a beverage in which a toast to health and happiness becomes an accomplished fact, as well as a delightful pleasure at all fountains and bottles. Delicious and refreshing. Thank you. Oh, CJ lifted your head up from your plate of food for this one, right? Yeah, that's cool. Coca-Cola, one of the ultimate bolos. I think that goes without saying, right? Crosses, genres, print ad, glasses, signs, T-shirts, everything under the sun. Coca-Cola. Oh, is it only $1.61? So that's kind of on par, I guess, huh? The thing is, you notice it doesn't say, it just says Coca-Cola, refreshing, delicious, 5 cents. It doesn't say like, that looks like an image of a glass, right? Is that saying 5 cents per glass? I think it's a combination of the pinhead and giant body combined, actually. Just terrible drawing, actually. Whoever did this drawing did a really lousy job with the anatomical dimensions on these people. The woman looks quite hefty as well, if you might notice. She have a leg of mutton sleeve. The reason I keep looking this way, just for anybody who might be new to my show, I don't want you to think I'm staring into space. I have another computer here with YouTube on, so I'm reading the comments kind of on YouTube And on my main screen is where I'm conducting the actual show. So I have a comment section here and here, but the one on here is YouTube. The one on here is StreamYard. And I'm kind of like reacting as I'm reading, but I'd like to pull up some of your comments, everybody, too. Rutin is saying, that is classy. I agree. Coca-Cola. Cool ad, says CJ. Bodice and steel boning, which was as good as a corset for me. Wow. Steel boning. When a crow making fun of the man in the photo. Sidney Greenstreet's body on the man. Look at how tiny his hand looks, too, in proportion to his arm. Large-boned people. No, it's just a terrible drawing. Let's be honest. Let's call a spade here. That's a lousy drawing, ladies and gentlemen. Look at how tiny his hand looks compared to his wrist and his arm. Bordis. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you. Is that how the Canadians pronounce it? Just kidding. Got to get a Canadian joke in there when at all possible. She has an evening frock with a pigeon breast. All right. All right, everybody. We will obviously get back to this ad in a minute. Let me just fill out the basics here. We got Coca-Cola. Drinking rum and Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. You know, they have their own section. Always happy when I'm putting a Coke ad up, ladies and gentlemen, because it's a surefire seller. The older, the better, too. 1906 is pretty dang old. But Coke, Coke was obviously around since the 1800s. We're going to put multicolor, but again, like, what is this, the third or fourth ad of this issue of magazine where it's really a black and white ad and they just splashed on some red for some reason. But that's fine. We'll call it multicolor because it's more than one color, right? Not modified, printed. 1906. Theme would be soda. Okay. First of all, price going through the roof. $29.99 for this one. This is also a quarter page ad. So let me modify that. That would be a 7-inch tall by 5-inch wide in the case of this magazine, the Colliers. All right, so just like that, we have all our specifics filled out. We have our category selected. So let's go back to this cool ad and take a look, see what else we could find. Yeah, very funny. That's right. It could be. He's a weird guy, isn't he, David Barnes? Very strange gentleman. You know, he's born in Scotland, but grew up in Texas. How's that for two different planets in one lifetime? Bodis? I know, it's hard. You try to write phonetically, right? Pinhead happened when he realized a normal head wouldn't fit beneath the writing. Yeah, that's right. It might have been a last minute. The Coca-Cola probably should have gone up a little more. Actually, now that you say that, even the word cola, is that a little bit too big compared with Coca? Bod like in body. Okay, cool. Bodice. Thank you, What a Crow. You know what I mean, guys? Like, look at the proportion of even the word cola, unless it's just like an optical illusion here, and I'm thinking too much into it, but the C in cola is certainly a lot bigger than the C in Coca, isn't it? Like, is it just a little bit higher, maybe, the font? I don't know. It's crazy. Well, aside from the fact that it's Coca-Cola and that the people are mal-shaped and that the drawing's terrible, it's still a 1906 Coke ad, which demands respect, admiration, and a high sell price. So we could write delicious, refreshing, because that's really simple to throw in there. Should we just write couple? We have no idea who these people are. Is it man and wife? Is it, I don't know. Delicious. What was it? Delicious and refreshing? Delicious, refreshing. Man and woman. What should we write? Couple? Toasting? Maybe couple toasting? There's very even the, and again, get into proportions here as you look at this. The glass is like it's like a glorified shot glass of Coke. Romantic couple? Look at Sarah. Ooh la la. Romantic couple, huh? Look at the spelling in the lower part of the ad. It's their usual spelling. You mean the graphic for the insignia or whatever for Coca-Cola, right? Don't the C's look like they're matched in that one as far as height? I don't know. I want to know who drew this ad. Who drew this? You're right. That's where the pinhead factor came in. They either should have raised Coca-Cola up another inch or so you made room for a normal-sized human head, or I don't know. Yes, it was after, right? Which was when it grow? 1800s still? Not only was it was actually hyped too, right? At that point, containing it was like they were proud of the fact it contained cocaine to lift your spirits or whatever they would advertise it as. Sarah's saying romantic couple. I'm gonna put romantic couple toasting. Does one toast a glass of Coke though? Toasting. Know what you think about that? It does indeed say a toast at the bottom. It's a beverage in which a toast to health and happiness becomes an accomplished fact. Turn of the century. Well, it's just, this is 1906, so it's not too far. It must have just been removed, right? Oh, that's interesting, Dawn. Yeah, maybe it is it's supposed to represent a reflection. Maybe. Maybe it's an intentional, warped image because it's supposed to be a reflection on a glass. Very interesting point, Dawn. Champagne toast, I'm sure you meant, right? With a Coke budget, yeah. Well, what did Dawn say? $1.61, so it's not like they're, splurging here. Ooh, what a crow. Hold on. Contradicting her own statement of earlier. Varying amounts until 1929. Wow, so we're kind of right in the middle of that in 1906, aren't we? Almost exactly in the middle of those 2 years. No, I like the theory though, Dawn. I don't know if you're just trying to justify a really lousy artist's bad work. Boy, howdy. I think that's pretty cool as far as the title. What do you guys think? Coca-Cola antique print ad, delicious, refreshing, romantic couple toasting. Because they use the word toast. We're not going to get into the whole pinhead thing. He looks like he's wearing a black tuxedo almost, doesn't he? I know. Is there a warning sign on Coke years later that it can shrink your head? I'm not sure. Medicinal, yeah. Well, I'm not saying I could either, but if you're producing Coca-Cola ads, for crying out loud, I'm not saying you have to be Rembrandt, but come on. That's hysterical. CJ, welcome back. The reflection of the glass is it is. Like I said, I don't know if she's actually, but if you think about it, wouldn't the head actually be larger because that's where the glass kind of widens at that point? I don't know. This is where we get into the woods with some of this stuff that I guarantee you the average person looking for a Coke ad isn't going to dissect, the physics involved in the drawing. Looks like he's wearing white makeup, does he? It's just the whole ad is colorized, little Dawn. It's like a pinkish red hue they have on. I guess it's supposed to represent skin tone. It's a black and white ad, as you see, right? But they put red splash, and I think it's just supposed to be like a pinkish, like I said, a skin tone. Because if you look at his neck, it's actually very pink looking, and so is hers. Lousy artist, I'm telling you. Watch, we'll look it up, and it's like Picasso or something. Cut his teeth on Coke ads in 1906. All right. Well, anyway, all jokes aside, Coca-Cola, ladies and gentlemen, this will be a surefire winner. It's a 7-inch by 5-inch, so it's a quarter page. in this magazine. Decent size, it's respectable. The Cast of Cabaret. All right, let's list Coca-Cola. Always good to see Coke in my eBay store. All right. What else do we have, ladies and gentlemen? We have a lot left, so let's, if you guys are up for it, we can keep rocking. I don't think there's anybody else coming on tonight for a while anyway. All right. Let's see what's next. I did mention we have a lot of big brands tonight. Coca-Cola, obviously. A behemoth. We have Macy's. We also have, this is an itty bitty ad. It's another like 2x2 inch ad, but look at this one. Whitman's Chocolates, all the way back in 1906. Not a Whitman sampler, but Whitman's Chocolates and Confections. Very subdued advertisement. Probably not a very expensive one. Again, 2 inch by 2 inch. Really no graphics other than the word Whitman's and that little scroll sort of quasi frame below it. But just basically touting Stephen Whitman and Son candy, which looks like it was established in 1842. So it's already like a 60-year-old brand at this point. Whitman's Chocolates. Everybody loves them. I've sold many a Whitman's ad in the past and hope to sell this one as well. We're going to tweak. I always have to remember to do this because if I don't, I can get myself in some hot water. So it's a 2x2. Tiny, tiny little ad. This one we'll take back to reality. Wise. Hey, Rural Squirrel, how are you? I kind of got it out too. Rural Squirrel. How was your road trip? Hope everything was, travels were safe. Rootin saying the Whitman ad doesn't exactly fling a craving on someone, does it? No, I mean, you'd have to have like binoculars to see it actually, but dinner time. Enjoy, Dawn. I didn't have any dinner and it's 7:30. I'm starving. I'll eat later. I don't care. I'm going to crow with a happy hello to Rural Squirrel. Okay. Let me just pull this up again. And let's fill out our title, beginnings of it anyway. Is chocolates. We'll see what category we find ourselves in. Candy and nuts. Sounds good to me. Holy cow. Rural Squirrel, like literally touring the US of A here. Road trip from Colorado to Arkansas and now all the way up to Wyoming. God bless. Hope you're having fun. You must be doing tons of video, I would hope, of a road trip like that. And you're sourcing out in all these different states. That'd be really exciting actually to see. I've been everywhere, man. Rural Squirrel has. Okay, we have our Whitman's Chocolates. Let's fill out some simple little specifics. Candy and nuts, modified no. Original Whitman's is the brand. We already have pre-filled. That's kind of cool. Black and white. Yeah, so not a lot to talk about in this one. Print ad. 1906. Nothing too excitement. Yeah, just the fact that fake leather pebbled background. Yeah, wow, that's an interesting way to word that. No bins in Wyoming. Oh my goodness. No people in Wyoming, from what I understand. Isn't that like one of the sparsest, like least populated states in the country? I'm sure it's beautiful though. So I have been to almost every state, and Wyoming is one I have not been to. So I hope you're having fun. I'm sure it's beautiful country out there. And it's funny, Sarah said the same thing. A lucky duck. Definitely a part of the country I would love to. And you know what else? Not very close by. I haven't been to Montana either, which is what, right north of Wyoming, I believe. Well, maybe it's chocolate flavored leather. I'm not sure. That does sound beautiful. Just kind of hanging out, watching the sun set. Oh, I don't know what time it is. I guess it's 2 hours behind me there, right? So I guess you still have a lot of sunshine at this point. It's pretty cool. Came up to see the wagon ruts from. Oh, wow. That is awesome. Please tell me you're taking lots of video of all this stuff. Lots of footage for YouTube. I'll be there with bells on to see that. Yeah, this one's kind of nothing exciting. But again, it's Whitman's, which is a very popular brand. So this is the point where you start filling out really boring information like I'll probably put "and confections" just to fill up a gap here. In fact, I definitely will. There just isn't too much to say. Oh, cool, Royal Squirrel. I definitely want to see that. Don't catch the scurvy. Yeah, you don't want any part of the scurvy. Look at that. Winter Crow corroborating my statement earlier. Most sparsely inhabited state. I thought it was. Hence, no bins. There's no lots of things in Wyoming, I would assume. As far as human race goes, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But look at that, everybody. 580,000 people in the whole state. Oh, you saw one of the most popular towns then, I guess, huh? That's really cool. Yeah, you got to, come on, you got to do some pictures, some video. We got to see this. That looks awesome. Let's get rid of this ad. It's boring. Chocolates and confections. What else can we put in, people? Who said marble chocolate? That's kind of funny. Or marble leather or fake leather. For sale with the best is sold. Stephen F. Whitman and Son. Might even go Stephen F. Whitman and Son at this point. I don't think we'll have enough for that, will we? No, we'll put Philadelphia. That has a lot of letters. There you go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a boring 2-inch Whitman's chocolate. But guess what? If it sells for $15, it's not so boring anymore. And you'll be surprised. It might be somebody that's collecting Whitman's, and they haven't seen this. They haven't seen such a sparse advertisement for Whitman's. Usually they're very colorful, and not back in 1906. It was back to basics, folks. Chocolates and confections. All right, let's list that one quickly. Okay. Try to get something a little more things to, inspect and talk about. And what shall that be? That shall be what's discussable? I want to look at something that has a lot going on and, visually that we could talk about. Well, just based upon sheer popularity, we'll pull this one up next. I do believe we've had a similar ad to this, but it's definitely not the same one. This is for Union Pacific Southern Pacific Railroad. It looks like maybe they're in Wyoming there. If you look at the top right, there's a couple standing on the edge of a cliff. Kind of precarious situation. And it says north and south from San Francisco along the Southern Pacific. Oh, so much for Wyoming. It's actually San Francisco. Ironic again, San Francisco in 1906, April. We're talking a mere days prior to the legendary 1906 earthquake. So I don't know if there's a little foreshadowing here, but it's kind of sad to think that they have an ad all about San Francisco days before a catastrophic earthquake that leveled the entire city. Had to be rebuilt basically from scratch. There is some great footage on YouTube of San Francisco in 1906. I think they said it's like a week prior to the famous earthquake, and you could see all kinds of things that just don't exist anymore because it was all leveled or burned. I definitely recommend you check that out. It's on YouTube. There's a couple of guys I watch on YouTube that do I'm not a big fan of colorization. I always think it looks so fake, but it's still kind of cool. They clean up the footage and they speed correct it, which is nice. It's not all like Charlie Chaplin where everything's like super fast. They make it more natural where people are just walking like people actually walk, and you can see a lot of horse and buggies strolling down Market Street in San Francisco. Check it out. It's really cool, but it's just so sad to know that I bet you a good portion of the people you see in this video probably died in that earthquake, and they had no idea, Well, anyway, the Overland Limited from the Union Pacific Southern Pacific Railway is what this ad is. We've talked about railroads many a time on my shows. Huge bolos, hugely popular, hugely collected in general. Union Pacific. So let's do title. Was it Union and Southern Pacific? CJ should be chiming in here. I'm thinking CJ probably fancies himself a railroad guy, I would imagine. Some capacity. He's using the same word twice, but in this case, it's like the name, so I will. Railroad. And there's our famous Railroadiana advertising. Oh, I know, right? The less people, the better, Dawn. I'm with you on that one. It's funny. Greenland, the webcam things. I'm always on YouTube in case you noticed, but they have like the Earth cam kind of stuff. There's a webcam in a town called Nuuk, N-U-U-K, Greenland. I didn't even know Greenland was inhabited. Apparently it is, but there's a ridiculously small amount of human inhabitants in Greenland, and they have a live cam in Greenland. It looks like just the most depressing place I've ever seen. There's like no scenery at all. It's just very depressing. Let's go check that out. Nuuk, Greenland. Okay. Union Pacific. Was it Union Pacific? And it's called the Overland Limited. Well, this is going to be really fast too, everybody, because words are so long. Limited. I think I'm going to put San Francisco. No, I'm not, because I can't fit it. Wow. Hold on. You need to make this fit. What I'm going to do is consolidate Union and Southern. Union Southern Pacific Railroad. Limited, and I'll put San Fran. There we go. Look at that. 0. And let me get this in my railroad category internally. And let's fix our. Oh, look at this. There's only like 4 items to put in. It's pretty cool. 1906, not modified U.S. Railroad will go back up to 19. Size-wise, this was one of those quarter pages. So I think we had the last one was quarter page, right? Two by 2. No, it wasn't. Okay. So we have to put 7 by 5 for this one. Yeah, we can't really get into anything else because all the words were so long. But basically, it's a couple standing at a cliff up here. It might be tough to see, but right up here, there's a man and woman standing, looking out, I guess, over the ocean. All right, let's list this one. $56,000 people. Well, that's actually more than I thought. You didn't get a family car until I was a sophomore in high school. Wow. See what other goodies we have for tonight's show. Okay, did our railroad. This is, I think, the only full page ad I have from this magazine tonight. So we can either pull that one up or we can pull one of the little ones. Let me pull this little one up first. That's not little, it's a quarter page, same size. Oh, there are 4 webcams? Yeah, that defies all logic. Look at this pretty image from Murad Cigarettes. And this is in Central Park in New York, which is something I would definitely be mentioning. But look at them all here we go with the horses again. Turkish tobacco, a lot of cool things going on with this ad. So take a look. Finally, we have some visually stimulating material to go through. But it does say at the bottom that it's Mcgowan's Past Tavern in Central Park. Very cool. So cool that I have to show this to my wife. So hang on one second. I'm going to send her a copy of this because that's my last name and her last name. Damn. In fact, I might no, I'll definitely sell. I was gonna say I might keep this one, but I'll sell it. And what I'll do is I'll probably just do a nice print of it because it's black and white anyway. That's kind of cool when you see a name on an advertisement, right? And in Central Park in New York, there is it looks like one vehicle, but the rest are all horse-drawn carriage type things. Beautiful horses up front. I don't know if that's like riding attire down here. Yeah, we did do a Murad Winnicrow, and it was a beautiful ad last time too. But you see all the stuff going on? I was going to ask you Winnicrow and potentially Dawn too. Definitely if Annie was on, but she is AWOL once again. Clothing-wise, like is that like a riding outfit you see down here on the closest people to us with the blow-up of the horses? Like is that a riding hat or anything like that? I'm not sure. But let's get Murad up here and cigarettes because cigarettes are super simple to list as far as categories. There's like nothing to it. It literally just says cigarettes, which makes it a lot easier to. Then we can spend more time on the fun stuff. See, Tobacciana, cigarettes. We indeed have had a Murad or two, and they really are cool. Murad is the brand. Not modified and US. That's it for the required specifics. Kind of cool. How do I have this price? This is another quarter pager, I think. Yes. I'll keep it at the $20. Yeah, Rutan, we definitely had a Murad, and it was a cool one too. Side saddle, Cesaro, thank you. Anything about their outfits, guys? Like I said, the ones at the bottom, is that just dress of the day? Like the guy has a derby on, I think, right? Safe to say it's a derby hat. Again, are we looking at lousy proportions? Is that a pinhead again on the gentleman? I don't think it's as bad as the Coke ad, but still looks a little off. Well, I can tell you right out of the gate, this one I know. First of all, Mcgowan's Past Tavern, so let's look that up and see if it exists anymore. Central Park is obviously iconic. My wife and I go to Central Park all the time. Oh, it's just a topographical. I'm looking up Mcgowan's Pass. Who knew there was a Mcgowan's Pass? I'm looking on Wikipedia. Mcgowan's Pass Tavern, formerly Mount St. Vincent's Hotel on East Drive near 104th Street in 1915. Okay, there was a tavern, which is what we're looking at. Until when? It opened in 1890. Don't say anything about when it disappeared, because it's definitely not around anymore. I would have seen it 1,000 times. Okay. Well, anyway, we're definitely going to put Mcgowan's past Tavern. Well, first we're going to put Central Park. Horses, because horses, much like dogs. And that's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen, without any we can still talk about anything you'd like, but that's the title. Bam. With nothing to spare. That's a cool, like I said, I might actually keep a copy of this one because it has our name on it, and it's in Central Park, which is a very special place. Side saddle sounds like a great way to fall off back. Yeah, it certainly does. But take a look at that, everybody. Kind of cool. They're all dressed very well, which is typical of the time, I know. And going through Central Park on their horse-drawn buggy. Kind of beautiful. And you can get 10 cigarettes for 15 cents. What a bargain. You could die of cancer for only 10 cents. Oh, no, 10 for 15 cents. Wow. Yeah, I say we let her rip too. What is it, a penny and a quarter per cigarette? That's a nice one, though. Personally, for me, that's a very nice one. All right. I didn't even notice the Central Park thing until I blew it up. Let her rip. All righty. See what else is exciting. Let's find something that we could all. I thought that was going to be discussion worthy, but it is. But there really wasn't much else. Like there wasn't anything I could leave out of that description that I would have put in. Like side saddle, that's all cool, but it had too much going for it already. Okay, here's a very famous brand. Up for your consideration next is Gillette safety razors. Shaving is saving if it's done with the Gillette. No stropping, no honing. Look at the wording up top. It says no stropping, STROPPING. I'm not sure what stropping means. And it says honing. 12 blades, 24 perfect edges. The Gillette. You see at the bottom it says the same thing, guys. Gillette safety razor, no stropping, no honing. Not sure what that means. Somebody I'm sure does. But we have a Gillette shaver razor. And it's blades and the actual razor itself. Gillette. And it's funny that they call it the Gillette. Spelled Gillette wrong. Gillette. L-T. Hey, Karen. How are you? Can't spell razors either. Doing well tonight. There we go. Let's just get it into a category. We have a shaving and razors category. Beautiful. And we'll take a look at the picture in more detail. See if we can find any goodies. Personal products. Personal care products is my store category for this one. It's black and white. In the United States, theme would be shaving and razors. It's not modified. It's original. It's printed. Brand would be Gillette. L-T. And it is from 1906. Beautiful. Taco Friday, Karen? Beautiful. I am starving. It's 8 o'clock already here, and I didn't eat anything. I went on at 6. Probably should have eaten before, but I didn't. I was excited. I was pulling ads out for everybody from about 5 o'clock on. But enjoy your tacos. Okay, Gillette razors. I need some clarification on what no stropping, no honing, or honing means. No honing. What the heck is that? My crack research staff here. Somebody wants to take a minute and look up what the heck that means. But it's sold by leading drug, cutlery, and hardware dealers, just so you know. And then the Gillette's, oh, that's interesting. The Gillette sales company is based out of the Times building in Times Square, New York City. Yeah, Taco Friday sounds scrumptious right now. Where do you hail, Karen Young? What part of the country are we eating taco for dinner at 8 o'clock at night? Oh, you did. Let me go up. Thank you for that, Rutan. No need. Oh, is that what it means? Okay, cool. Beautiful. Thank you. Honing is for sharpening. Thank you both. So this requires none of that. Cool. Thank you. Well, I would say that that's something you want to note. No stropping, no honing. When ing, is that how it's spelled? Anything else? Shaving is shaving. Shaving is saving. 12 blades. I might put Times Square because that's where the building is. You see all these little notes around it. Everybody says safe, simple, 12 blades. Clean edges. No clasp. No hinges. Got a lot going for it. Yeah, that is an awful border, but definitely, you know what you're buying anyway. That would be a razor. And then look at all the blades up top. Truthful letters from constant users tell the marvelous strength of these blades. Single blades have been used 30, 60, up to 142 times with one blade. Man, oh man alive. Should we put terrible border, Winnicrow? Oh, you're in Barnegat. Okay, cool, Karen. I'm in Aston, Pennsylvania, if you know where that is. It's right near, it's between Philadelphia and Wilmington. So I'm not far from you. And my band plays down there all the time. Jersey Shore. It's Taco Friday at 8 o'clock in Barnegat. That's good to know. What else, guys? What else would we? It's a safety razor. Maybe we'll put that in there. Gillette safety razor. At least we have most of it. I am Aston Marty. I live in a town called Aston. It does not spell that way, but close. Karen, that's exactly where I am. Oh, you're from Old Bridge. Okay, cool. I had cousins that lived in Sayreville, which is like right there. I grew up in Staten Island, which is also very close to Old Bridge. Look at Winnicrow looking for details. Anybody have any other suggestions as far as wording for this advertisement? We've got the Gillette, we got the no stropping, no honing, we got safety razor. Winnicrow pointed out it's it's actually a pretty creative border, but I know what you mean. It's not very visual. Testimonial, that's a good word. Testimonials. Truthful letters from constant users. Do you look for like the exact amount of characters, Winnicrow? Look at that. We're right to 0 again. Well done. All right, let's let this one rip. What do I have for pricing on this one? We'll put this back to Earth. $15, all usual. Is this a quarter pager? Yes, it is. Now the Karen has everybody dying for tacos. What else do we have? Let's get rid of this stuff. Now that everybody knows what honing means and when it pertains to razors, especially I had never heard prior to tonight. We're always adding to our repertoire of knowledge here. Out of Bridge Crossing to indulge, sure. Out of Bridge to Staten Island. Yeah, it is magic, Winter Crow. That's for sure. All right, this one might be something we could talk about for a little bit. Sorcery. That's more like it. Is right, Dawn. The ways of the crow. Look at this, everybody. The world's best, just so you know, it's the Garland gas range. Cooking and baking made easy. Look at that thing. For sale by gas companies and leading dealers everywhere. Isn't that beautiful? I love those things. Cast iron stoves. And there we go again. When a crow, mother is obviously tending to the making of food. She's baking the bread. She's cooking up the grits. I want to see if they have a brochure again. Yeah, drop us a postal. Drop us a postal and let us send you a little storiette. Mrs. Potter's Decision, which will be found intensely interesting and instructive. In this booklet, Mrs. Potter gives some of her choicest recipes, easy to make and delicious when prepared. There you go. I don't, yeah, mother's got a head in the oven. I don't know what's going on there. It's actually, I think the door is closed, though. She's just getting a roast out of the bottom. Well, mother hasn't bathed in ages. It does, guys. I know. That's terrible. It looks like a little Harry Carey action. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's this might have a tragic ending, this one. I don't know. Mother looks pretty happy, though. Up top, she's got the game face on. She's very serious, though. The Garland way. She's obviously exhibiting the Garland way. This is Mrs. Potter, by the way. Mother's name is Mrs. Potter in this instance. And down here it just says the old way. Ah, here we go. The old way, represented by mother here with the Harry Carey action. And now we have the Garland way, the new modern way up top. That's what we're doing. All right. We have the old way and the modern way. No more. Mother doesn't have to get down on her hands and knees anymore. Put her face up against a roaring stove. Inhale those gaseous fumes. Now she could stand up. Mother can stand upright. Look at this. What a difference. That's a major innovation. All right, Garland gas ranges, everybody. He thinks this will be an appliance, and sure enough, it is. And let's put this in my household items category, and let's fill this out. Just out of curiosity, anybody else listing along with me? Anybody out there? Anybody who's not munching on tacos right now listing? Wishing they were munching on tacos like me? Righty. Now, mother, let me see. I don't remember the size of this one. Shoot. I'm going to have to revisit the size of this one. Might have to revisit it. Hi, Joanne. Oh, excuse me, Joni, not Joanne. Hi, Joni. Cleaning up pictures. Cool. Very good. Sarah listed her Christmas fabric. Yes. Wow, really? Beautiful. Good money there, Sarah? You were cross-posting tacos. Okay. Tacos always take precedence, though. I'm with you on that one. But welcome, Joni. Good to see you. Dawn is closer to Michigan than New York. Yeah, and Dawn, for some reason, had like an 80-degree day when we had a 70-degree day. I don't know how that happens in Canada. What's up with that? That's kind of crazy. CJ did some photos. Okay, very good. Very good. You are doing something constructive, though. You're definitely contributing massively to every show. And hopefully you're being motivated at least a little bit to get up and do some of your own ads. I know you have a bunch of magazines. Took an offer for 9 something, got it for 10 cents. Yeah, I would say that's a good. I'll take that every day of the week. Just you didn't do free shipping, right, Sarah? Don't do free shipping. Well, that's $9, please. Please say it's plus shipping. Igloo melted in bipolar. I'm just saying. You're definitely north of me, regardless of what country. I was going to say continent. Regardless of what country. Never free shipping. I had a girl. No. Never go away to the store, especially on a $9 item. Beautiful. Only free shipping I will do, as we've discussed, is if people buy more than one of something, like especially my ads. I do have a free offer for shipping if they buy 2 more ads. But at that point, they're spending at a minimum $30, so I'll splurge for $3 to ship it. It's a sales ploy, you know. But I agree, Sarah. Winter Crow picked up some great stuff during trash picking today. Don't know what a jadeite? Cake dish and dome. Wow, beautiful. And obviously, when you say trash picking, we're talking literally a free item that you have grabbed that somebody else felt the need to throw out, right? So you're into it, just a healthy walk. That's about it. No financial upfront cost at all. No investment. Very cool. All right, let's get back to Mother demonstrating the old versus the new way. Let me see if there's anything else I could put in really quick. Cooking and baking made easy. The Garland way. Did we indicate that it's a gas stove? I'm not sure if I did that. Yes, I did. Garland, gas range. Should we put stove potentially? Should we put... There's a lot of things we could go with, yeah? Stoves and ranges. Maybe I'll put... Did I just put stove? Gas range. I'll put gas range stove. Antique Crenad. Yeah, gas money. Beautiful. Which is an investment, as we know. Well, we have the old way and the Garland way being demonstrated by Mrs. Potter here, very eloquently. Cooking and baking made easy. Garland, after all, is the world's best, right there. Kitchen chores. Kitchen is obviously a good one. Kitchen chores. About cooking. Easy, quick words to throw in there. Chuffed, yeah. Well, Dawn, you might not know. Winter Crow is indeed, I was going to say a bohemian. Oh, she's a Victorian. Chores, cooking. I should write mother. That would be kind of funny, actually. Cooking and baking. Let's put baking and call it a day. What do you think? Bam! Ladies and gentlemen, that is a really cool looking lad. That is hysterical, though, how she's down there in the first one. My goodness. I'm trying to, like, what's the big innovation here? The fact that they have a separate, like, the up top oven, I guess? Is that the, I'm not sure. All right, let's list this. Move on to the next one. Your best buddy lives in Wales? Oh, wow. Don't want the thumbs up. How many different sizes of clear bags do you have, and do they all go in the same size? Oh, how many? Oh, good question, Karen. Yeah, I have 2 sizes. I have the one that I show everybody in the video, which accommodates the really large, like this one is 15 by, what was the dimensions on this? 15 by 11, I believe. It accommodates that with ease. And then I have a little bit of a smaller one. It's probably like a 7 by 5, where I would put like these small, like quarter-page ads. Keeping food warm after it's done cooking. Oh, it's a warming. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, if you see, Karen, if you look at the videos, the video series, I have 7 parts in the description section, I believe, in all of them. I hope. If you use, there's a coupon code I have in there. You could save 10% if you go through Clear Bags on your order. But they are really, truly great products. I don't just use them for print ads either. I use them for, which we're going to talk about probably next week, my sheet music, my old sheet music. I put that in there. They fit all kinds of stuff. They fit photographs beautifully too. They keep them safe. They keep them dry. Water is the enemy of paper, as we all know, whether it be a print ad or a sheet music or a photo. Postcards can fit in them too, the smaller ones. So yeah, check out the link I have, and it'll take you right to the page. And if you put that code in, you save yourself 10%. Thank you for the question. The warming area, I didn't notice that. Deal, yeah, it is. They're great products, and like I said, you can fit lots of different things in them. I use them primarily for print ads and sheet music. That's probably the two things I put the most in those bags. But they'll fit anything that's paper, anything flat. And they do a great job of sealing out the moisture, which is really and keeps them clean and straight and keeps it from bending. It's like an additional line of defense against the dreaded bend. And then with the rigid mailer on top of it, they're pretty much, they're sealed well. Alrighty, let me see. Do we have any more? Did we list gas ad? Did I hit let it go, let it rip yet? Hold on, let me validate that. I was talking about the clear bags. Yeah, it looks like I did. Okay. I got a couple of offers in on ads, boys and girls. Recent ones, too. Let's see what we got. I'm also selling a lot of 78 records recently for whatever reason. It's funny how certain things just seem to have like trends where people are buying records, these 78s, and then they don't buy them for 2 months and they buy them again in bunches. It's kind of weird, but got offers on 3 different 78s just now. And 1 print ad. So let me take care of that really quickly. I don't know about you guys, but do you, this is a question for the group actually. Do you guys, if you get offers, if you accept offers from watches, no, not offers from watches. If you accept offers on your purses, not sending offers to watches, excuse me. If you're receiving offers, if you have a buy it now with best offer option on your products, do you kind of let them pool up for a bit, or do you answer them as soon as they come in? Because I always try to get right out and answer them right away. Okay, I just wanted to really long way around saying I wanted to check to make sure I listed that ad. I forgot. Is it taco time, Karen? My goodness. You got to give us what exactly is going on in this taco. You have a meat product, probably some ground beef, I would assume, right? Lightly seasoned. I'm thinking you got to have a little lettuce. You got to have a little cheese. What else? Maybe some diced tomatoes. Everybody's saying, oh, very good. Yeah, I answer right away, too. Answer while they iron. Exactly. Good point, Sarah. Everybody answers immediately. Good. Yeah. I don't, I usually don't deviate when I'm doing the show, but if something pops up like that, I just it takes 30 seconds to accept or decline or counteroffer, right? But I don't want to let it sit out there. Conversely, though, when it comes to sending offers to watchers, I usually do let them pool up to a certain point. Like the second one pops up, I'm not sending it out. I let, when I say pool up, maybe like 20 or so. If I get 20, I'll kind of sit down for 5 minutes and go through them and send out like a blast of offers at 20% off or 10% off. I don't do those one-on-one, but when something's incoming, if an offer comes in, yeah, I'm sure to answer right away. Here we go. We got the beef, got taco seasoning, got black beans. I love black beans. I love black beans by themselves. Just black beans. Delicious. A little salt and pepper on them. Corn and salsa. Okay. Good stuff. Mange, Karen. Enjoy. If you want to keep listening, and enjoy your tacos, it would be my honor. I know the food descriptions. Oh, dying over here. I haven't eaten since I had a handful of peanuts you might have seen a few minutes ago, but I haven't eaten a meal since about 12:30. Definitely hungry. That's the makings of a delicious taco, everybody. Take note right here. You want to make a screenshot of this. It's doing it right there. I would throw a little lettuce in there. You got to have some cheese. Where's the cheese? I will, Dawn. I will. Mother's going to prepare me something. No, I'm mother when it comes to cooking. I'm the only cook. I've been cooking for 45 years, probably more than that. I will. I show you, Dawn. All right, let's see what else we have. Looks like Mother has taken care of what she needs to do with that garland range. House is safe again. No more gaseous fumes. We have some more clothing and fashion. All right, cheese, lettuce. There you go. Avocado. Ooh, that kicks it up a little bit. This one I had. This was specifically chosen for Miss Winter Crow. Dawn can chime in as well. Anybody can chime in, but it's for a company called Hannon Shoes. Okay, that really wasn't the question. The question was, and I didn't read the whole thing. I just saw the picture. Down below, the picture of the shoe proper. It says it's called a knob, NOB6. Is that a woman's or men's shoe? That's my question to everybody. Like it looks like a bow or something on the where a lace would be. And I thought my first thing was, oh, of course it's a woman's shoe. But then it says shoes for men and women, Hannon and Son. And then that word knob. I figured Winter Crow would give me the lowdown on what a knob shoe is. So have at it. Lettuce, cheese, and tomatoes. I agree, Winter Crow. I'm all over the black bean being added. That's a good call. A little salsa on top, absolutely. Of course, says Karen. Like that's a given, right? It was on top of that. You have your corn salsa, whatever. The black beans are so good. It does look highly uncomfortable. I agree, Dawn. That's a woman's. Okay, I thought so. But then I read this thing that said, is a knob like a style of a shoe? I was going to open this one up so you could see it because I figured it would be discussable. So hang on, I'll bring up the big picture. I need a taco. Somebody make me a taco. Shoes for men, not pictured. Okay. Here's a good look at the detail of this one. Yeah, that's a lady's shoe because it almost looked like the men's dress shoe, but then these curves and stuff. I don't know. I don't know these things. But as a knob, a style, a patent cult Blucher Oxford. Holy hell. Joni wants some ice cream. She's already done with her tacos. What a great statement right there. What a simple yet profound statement. I want ice cream. I could go for some ice cream right now. Which, of course, opens up the whole, what kind of ice cream do you like? Anybody a fan of Ben & Jerry's? I love some Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia. One of the world's great ice creams. Blucher is German. Glue in German. Okay. Is that like Frau Blucher in the Young Frankenstein? Isn't that what they call her? And the horses will go, hey, Frau Blucher. Cloris Leachman. Dead now for some reason. YouTube changed its look as we have been on. I refreshed, got different looking. Just the layout of the page. They might have, Jeff. Who knows? They're always updating stuff. Paging Mel Brooks. That's right, Karen. Yep, that's why the horses freaked out. There you go. I didn't know what the translation meant, though. So now we know. Again, we're learning. See, we're learning things. This is a different level of learning. Horses, glue. Sure. Do you think people knew that though? Like that's I just thought it was funny that the horses went nuts. Frau Blucher, yeah. Ooh, Dawn with a brand I've never heard of. Kawartha Dairy Ice Cream. Oh, dairy ice cream is the best. Don't know what that is. Must be a Canadian thing. Where's my neigh sound effect? Horses neighing sound effect. Mel Brooks certainly would have known it. Yeah, but I'm saying the audience. Do you think we knew? I recognized the name. Dead now for some reason. You like that? You could use that. Kawartha Dairy is in Ontario. It's a dairy? Okay. Cool. I'm sure it's delicious. But getting back to the wonderful statement from Joni, I want ice cream. And ice cream is a perfect, it's not great for your diet, obviously, but after a couple of hearty tacos, like we just described, your mouth has got, it's got some spices going and whatnot. What better way to wash it all down with some Kawartha Dairy ice cream? Ah, sounds fabulous. All right, so we don't know what a knob is, but we have a patent cult Blucher Oxford. Never knew it. So let us. That wasn't as intriguing. I thought we were going to have a battle, whether it was men or women's, but I guess not. Share. Let's go back to the main screen. That's for sure, Joni. Yeah, it's the food of the gods right there. Let's be honest. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was like, dead now. I don't know why how is she dead? There's certain people that die that I know she was like, ridiculous. I think she was like 90 years old, which is also hard to believe. But certain people, you just can't believe when they die. Like, it doesn't seem right. A cup of ice cream every day is very nutritious. I'm sure it is. Just a cup. All right, let's list this Hanan, Hanan shoes. And this is, as you see, a long ad, like a lengthwise. It's this out. I think this is like a 3-inch wide by 7. I have to remeasure this one. I'm going to say it's 7 inches tall by 3 inches wide. It's like half the width of the quarter-page ad. Hanan, I guess I'll put woman's shoes. Now we've discerned that this is indeed a woman's shoe. And why don't we have a shoes category? How does that happen? How do you not have a shoe category? Karen, did you make that up? That sounds too good to just come up with spur of the moment. Since I don't have tacos or ice cream, we're going to dig into what's left of this tin of super extra large roasted salted Virginia style peanuts, ladies and gentlemen. Just the right amount of salt on them. Tasty, crunchy. Ribbon shoelace. That's interesting. Yeah, it looks like a ribbon, Sarah. I like that. That's descriptive. But here's another t-shirt, everybody. Ice cream. Once on the lips, a lifetime on the hips. She was 94. Wow. Yeah, that is unbelievable. Ribbon shoelaces, Sarah. Let's go with that. But first, let's get in a shoe category. How do we not have a shoe category? Let me just put women's shoes and take out Hanan, whatever it's pronounced. No shoes? Something's got to be wrong. Hold on. I know there's a women's shoes section. Obviously, people sell shoes all the time. But advertising-wise, yeah, this is all like for actual shoes. Women's shoes. Ad. Here we go. Clothing, shoes, and accessories. Clothing, shoes, and accessories. I'll go with this one. Shoe ads. I don't even know if I could read that aloud, Sarah. Peanut soup. Does anybody really want to hear an explanation of peanut soup? Oh. They are good, though, these things. Very crunchy. Very salty. I love salt. You know, a lot of people are sweets people. Cake and ice cream and whatnot. Give me my salt. I would forego all ice cream for the rest of life if I could have like Doritos and salty products. Potato chips, pretzels. The occasional sweet is fine, but I would give me my druthers. Show me the salt. Peanut soup. I do like ribbon shoelace. And then what was some of the other stuff in the ad? It actually said Hatton Cult, Blücher, Oxford. Today's word of the day is most definitely Blücher. Blücher. Blucher. Here we go. Black and white. I apologize if anybody hears me chewing and it's annoying in any way, but I really am starving at this point. Oh, I didn't even put the brand in. Hold on. I did, but I took it out, right? Hannon. Get rid of patent. And is Hannon 1906. Yeah, I'm thinking many an ankle might have been broken wearing those things. Many a toe must have been malformed. Like, look at that. We'll go back to the picture in a second. Let me just fill this in. All right. Good night, Don. Thank you very much for having the gumption to show up tonight. Wake up. I appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Hopefully, I'll see you Monday night. We have our chat show coming back Monday night, 7 o'clock with Travis and Worth Point. So get some items you want us to look up, and we will look them up for you. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. I think I have everything. Like, look at how, I don't know. There's just no way that it looks way too thin and pointy and just awful. At the beginning of the ad, they talk about the well-groomed individual, how important a good pair of shoes is to keep that well-groomed look going. All right. I think we're good with this one. Oh, I missed this one too. Social, yeah, that's basically it, right? That's it in a nutshell. And then we wonder why we're all dying of heart attacks and cancer. Oh, well. All right. No, that is extremely uncomfy looking. All right. We'll list this one. I think we have a couple left, so maybe we'll do just a couple more, and we'll call it a night. This is the third show we've done this week, folks. The third listing show. It's been a lot of fun. Got a lot of listings up. Learned a lot. Talked about food choices. This. Goodbye, Hannon shoes. This one I thought was, yeah, exactly one a crow. Petty John says it is wise to be simple in what you eat. Speaking of food, this would be Petty John's breakfast food. What we got to see is what the heck is involved in Petty John. Look, is this like a precursor to the Quaker Oats guy? It looks like he's a Quaker or something, doesn't it? If anybody wants to look up Petty John, maybe he was a character. It is a cereal. I see it was copyright 1906 by the American Cereal Company. The Petty John is sitting there, pulling his little chin beard, contemplating whether or not to have tacos tonight. It is wise to be simple in what you eat, says Petty John, who's dead, by the way, so. P-E-T-T-I John. Has anybody ever heard of this? Oh, he didn't have a beer. That's true. All wheat, good to eat. Breakfast food. All wheat, good to eat. Breakfast. See how a lot of these things fill out themselves? We purposely, for the entertainment value of the show, kind of draw out some of these things and over talk about them maybe. But I think that's good because we always learn something new. Sometimes we change things. But sometimes an ad, again, I do these all day. And I guarantee you I don't spend 10 minutes on each ad. I spend 10 seconds. And a lot of times I'll do something like this. I'll just literally write whatever they said, you know. And in doing so, look at all the keywords we hit, you know. Cereal, wheat, Petty John, whatever that is. Cereal, breakfast. All encompassed in basically what was written in the ad. He's sitting on a box of cereal. Wheat Cereal Company acquired by Quaker Oats. Yet it makes no mention of Quaker on the bottom. Like I said, it says copyright 1906 by the American Cereal Company. Maybe the American Cereal Company was owned by Quaker. I'm not sure, but I don't see any. Does anybody see any reference to Quaker? P.S. Petty John is the wheat, the whole wheat, and nothing but the wheat. Is what it says at the bottom. Karen diving in with a fact. 1893, so that's 13 years before this. You would think they'd have some kind of reference to Quaker, you know? Rutan says, stole my thunder. Repackaged in the 20s? Okay. Repackaged in the 20s to show Quaker as like a father company, whatever you want to say. Excuse me. The parent company, I should say. But you got to admit, I mean, this stuff is so unique. Who the heck has Petty John cereal ads up there on YouTube? Probably not that many, on eBay. Probably not that many. I don't think there's going to be a lot of competition with something like this. I could be wrong. Okay, so yeah, that's what I said, Sarah. I thought he was. I think he is a Quaker or an Amish guy. Amish, whatever you say. Out here in Pennsylvania, when you get west of me, there's it's called Amish country, like in Hershey and what's the other town out there? Lancaster. It's all the people that dress like it's 1810 and they don't drive and they drive horse and buggy and they look like this. And they often sell food and fruit and stands. I agree. He looks like a Quaker. That's why I thought it was a Quaker Oat kind of a guy. I thought maybe he was the inspiration for the Quaker Oat guy, the drawing, you know. But I think Rutan pointed out correctly that the Quaker guy didn't have a beard. Maybe he shaved after 1906. I don't know. But let's get this in cereal for sure. Hold on. I jumped the gun with our title here instead of putting it at the right category, which is a foolish mistake because that's how you can screw things up. Cereal. There we go. Advertising for cereal. Now we are in the proper category. And now let's fill in Place everything I took out. Okay. And we'll fill this in. It's Pettyjohn. P-E-T-T-I. Original, United States. $1906. Black and white. Advertising is a print advertisement. This one is the quarter. Yep, the 7-inch by 5-inch. So the size is right on this one. I'm gonna put this up to 19 because I think it's an original. Yeah, Sarah. That's funny. They made him shave. That's right. But did he use any tooth soap? That's what I want to know. Lancaster Amish. I guess we're trying to phonetically pronounce again. Thank you. Made him shave with a Gillette. That's very, very funny. Alrighty. And let's put this in my food category. Still got a hankering for those tacos. Thanks a lot, Karen. Great job. Giving everybody the munchies at this hour. I think that's good for this one. Petticoat John cereal. All week good to eat. Breakfast food. Tempted to write Quaker, but I'm not going to because there is no reference to Quaker yet. As Karen pointed out, after getting us all craving tacos, she pointed out that it wasn't until the 20s that they incorporated the whole Quaker name and image on the cereal. But again, seriously, that makes this more appealing. It predates Quaker. Like that's really cool. Let's list it. He's wearing ribbonless knobs. Uh-oh. Let's do one more. We're at 8:45. My tummy is growling. Order some Mexican takeout. Yeah, I wish. Find me a place that has Mexican takeout, especially at 8:45 at night. The only Mexican place I have in my area is Chili's, which is like the McDonald's of Mexican food. Karen with the ultimate sign-off. It's funny. Tacos, ice cream, and raises. Yeah, now it's time. Beautiful. Yeah, you pay the piper very quickly after tacos. It's are you familiar with the different types of accounting processes known as LIFO and FIFO? Yeah. Tacos have that LIFO. We call that a LIFO? Last in, first out? Probably a FIFO. Yeah. Tacos are FIFOs, first in, first out. So it's like Roto-Rooter for your system. So you go have fun, Karen. And thank you very much for joining tonight. Appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. I wouldn't eat Taco Bell if you paid me, Rutan. I don't think I've ever had a Taco Bell as long as I've lived. I've heard various reports of horse meat being used and all sorts of byproducts. Inedible. Not an option. Yeah, pre-Quaker. All right, let's see. Dropping like flies. Everybody's going to bed. Everybody's going to the toilet. Have a great night. Thank you, Karen. Do we have time for one more ad? And if we do, what will it be? We'd have more shoe ads, but we already did a shoe ad. Let's not do shoe ads. We have a suit ad, but that's boring. I want to call ripping on my area. No, really, there's nothing to get takeout. There's nothing to order at this hour. Even the Chinese, I mean, maybe theoretically, I think the Chinese food might be open till 9, which is only 10 minutes away. No. I've been to Mongolia. Horse meat doesn't bother me. I know Mongolian beef is supposed to be a very good thing. Maybe Mongolian beef is code for horse meat. I don't know. Yeah, that pretty much says it all, When a Crow. Do I have one more for us, folks? I'll do this one because it's another product I have never heard of. Maybe you guys have. Let's see. I present to you Burnham and Morrill Company out of Portland, Maine, producing their famous sugar corn. Paris sugar corn. For 30 years, the American standard of quality. We are literally talking corn. I guess this is just nothing short of corn. I thought it was a cereal or something. Let's read this a little bit. Grown only in Maine from the choicest selected seed, harvested when the kernels are full, tender, and creamy, canned immediately. Oh, it's canned corn? Canned immediately by skilled methods with care and scrupulous cleanliness, absolutely free from chemical sweetening, bleach, can you imagine? Or adulteration. A wholesome, nourishing food. Actually, corn is terrible for you. You can't digest it. But anyway, tender, sweet, and creamy. At your grocer's, if he cannot supply you, write for a booklet. 5 foods ready to serve. And a set of Maine souvenir postcards free, which I'd probably love to sell right now. Well, anyway, this looks like it's creamed corn. Is that what I'm reading, folks? In a paper bag, which I guess is it's probably a can that's, yeah, it says sweet corn, but is it like cream corn? Because it says canned immediately, full, tender, and creamy. Well, again, when in doubt, and I'm in a lot of doubt right now because I don't know what this is, but I'm going to put Burnham. Burnham and Morrill. My wife just read. Remember the Murad ad that we had before from Central Park with my name on it? She just read it. She says, "Oh my God, we might have to frame that one." All right, Burnham and Morrill Co. Sweet corn. Actually, it says Paris sweet corn, right? Paris sugar corn. Excuse me. There we go. Which again fills out a whole bunch. Let's get this in the right category, which would be unavailable. let's put a. You see what happens when I typed too much in. That's why I always usually put the brand in first and then just hit category right away, because otherwise it screws us all up. So anyway, let's see with corn what we got come up with. Cereal. No. Corn. I'll put canned corn. Show me a vegetable. No? All right, we'll put it in other foods and other food and beverage. Sugar corn. Canned vegetable is good. Absolutely. Damn. Fill in this stuff. Print ad. You know we're listing print ads, ladies and gentlemen? 1906. Brand is Morrill. So let's copy and paste. Long live copy and paste when it's an option. Not modified. Oh yeah, Rootin. I know what you're talking about. The deviled ham. Yeah, literally like a red devil on there with the pitchfork. Yeah, and the paper wrapper. Yep. Don't they sell like liverwurst too? Something in that? Or was it just deviled ham? What is deviled ham exactly? It sounds a lot like scrapple and or spam. And is this? Yes, this is also 7x5. I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Burnham and Moral Co. Parish sugar corn, antique print ad, canned vegetables. We'll put vegetables to get one more digit in there. Anybody familiar with this product? Does it exist anymore? And again, I was looking at a can with a paper wrapper around it, I assume, right? Based on that description. Ooh, they also make Scarborough Beach clam chowder. Oh, and extra quality baked beans. I love clam chowder too. Just so you know. New England style. Oh my God. Good clam chowder. Beautiful thing. Sticks to your ribs, as they say. It's pre-chewed. Yeah. Oof. Deviled ham. That's why they call it deviled, right? This one I'm going to price nice and low at my normal price. No reason to put a premium on that guy. All right. I'm going to list this one right now. And I think we're going to call it a night as we are approaching 9 p.m. We start at 6, so it's another 3 hours in the books. It goes by really quickly, doesn't it, everybody? Thanks to all of you who have contributed this evening and joined. I hope you're inspired in some way to get to listing, whether it's print ads or anything else that you have lots of. And congratulations on everybody's sale. CJ with his first print ad sale. Very proud of that. Sarah selling her Christmas items already, which is wonderful to see. I will be back for sure on Monday. I might even come. I don't think I'm going to be on this weekend because actually it is our wedding anniversary this weekend. So I am going to state for the masses we will not be on this weekend. However, Monday I will be back along with Travis, my cohort here, Travis Griffin, on my chat show on Monday night, 7 p.m., potentially with another special guest who will go unmentioned because she hasn't responded matter-of-factly whether she'll be on. But I do hope she will be. If not, it'll be Travis and I with our usual shenanigans, and we will definitely go and look at some items for everybody on Worth Point. I'm also going to have a new video up. I will have the video up this weekend. It won't be live, but I'll have a video on print ads. I have a lot of videos on print ads on vintage sheet music. I kind of did a high-level overview of sheet music for everybody. If you want to dabble in that and get into it, I kind of go through some of the different types that are available and styles of music that seem to be popular and sell well. So look out for that at some point this weekend. I'll post that. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and I will see everybody on Monday, live and in color. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.